What is up, guys, gals, and non binary pals? My name is Naomi. Welcome to House of Miscellanea. It's Tuesday night for live stream time. I hope you are all doing well. Let me quickly, before I say hello to everyone already in the chat, hello to anybody that will be watching this on replay. But let me go over my tools really quickly, and then I will say hello to everybody waiting in the chat. First and foremost, I've got a pen here from Diamond Pen Pal. This is the Satura pen. I love it if you're looking for a really nice thick pen, like thick with like 4Cs. This is their chunky pen in the bumpy variety. That's the way that they do the turn on it. And these are lovely if you have issues with hand cramping or carpal tunnel, numbness, tingling, that sort of thing. These are the pens for you. In my single placer, I am using Ghost from Diamond Painting Daily. You can find Diamond Painting Daily and Diamond Pen Pal over on Etsy. This works like a glue dot. It is a liquid that turns solid. It goes from white to clear, hence the name Ghost. Makes good sense, right? And you can pick this up. It lasts forever. It's good stuff. In my multi-placer, I am using Putty Crocker's Skittles. I don't want to put it too close because there's a naughty word. We go. Skittles from Putty Crocker's Boutique and More. You can find Putty Crocker on Facebook as well as on their own website, which is puttycrockersboutiqueandmore.com. Or maybe it's puttycrockersboutique.com. Puttycrockersboutique.com. I'm a big liar. And then I've got a trinket tray here. This one from Sparkling Nana. Look at that beautiful trinket tray, along with a little trash pot, also matching from Sparkling Nana. Gotta love it. Good stuff right there. And then a tray I am using. This one is from Maker World, but it is from Ephemera 3D, which the logo's on the bottom. Ephemera 3D, you can find them over on Etsy as well. You can find trays like their Totem and the Deep Six on their Etsy page. If you want one like this, then either you've got to have an account and a 3D printer on Maker's World, or you can ask a very nice friend to print one for you, obviously at no charge because the rights belong to Ephemera. But they're pretty cool. This is either the walkie or the talkie, where the spout is on the right or left side, which I love it. It's got the washi tape hack. And look at my friend Gary even put my name on it. Very handy. And then the diamond painting that I am working on, you got a picture. This is Cottage Core Witch by Rita Konya / Aria Illustration. This one is from Diamond Art Club. She's a cutie. And I'm working on her for the Cottage Core DP along that we have going on Discord. It's not an event like officially or anything, just a DP along for funsies. And I thought I'd lay down a square or two on this cutie patootie. Let me say hello to everybody who's already in the chat. Hello, Jen. Hi, Leon. First to hit that like button, look at you go. Hello to Shannon and Keats. Hello, Heather. Hello. So where are these jewels I got the email about? Girl, I don't know. Hello, Cap and Brenda. Hello. And howdy, Elizabeth and Shell. Hi, Quinn. You made it to the live. Whoop, whoop. And Desiree, hi, how are you guys doing? Please let me know in the chat, what are you working on this evening? What's on your table? What you got going on? This one I wanted to work on because, well, I haven't really been able to do much for any squares on her in a minute. And I thought, what the heck? Why not? Let's get a square or two down on this girl today. I am preparing for the 24-hour live, which is going to be a marathon for mental health on the 30th of May. If you want to come and join me and watch me diamond paint for 24 hours on a live stream, yes, I will be diamond painting the whole time. Save for a couple of breaks we take here and there to either give away prizes or to, just take a quick eating break. But I usually eat and diamond paint at the same time. Otherwise, sometimes we'll do trivia or Mad Libs, just something to keep us all awake and busy. You're welcome to join and hang out with me for those 24 hours, some of it, all of it, whatever you've got time to do. That'll be on the 30th of May. Almost done with Goddess of Spring. Nice. Liana's working on Running the Distance, working on Orders, Shell from Black Dahlia Diamond. You should go check Black Dahlia Diamond Arts out on Etsy. She's got some cool 3D printed items, putty. You can get all kinds of good 3D printed items over at the shop. The whip caddy, the putty caddy. What else? She's got trays, all kinds of good things. You just need to go check it out. Canvas rollers. If it can be 3D print. Oh, a washi tape holder. I can't show you mine just yet because that unboxing video hasn't come out, but she's got some and I'm super, super excited about that. You got to go check her out. Black Dahlia Diamond AR on Etsy. Do it. Do it. All right, let's see. What else? Hi, Alice. What are you working on? Gary is organizing specials. He was getting materials for redoing his side fences out of the driveway. Oh, okay. Fun. Finally finished Aries from Captured by Radiance by Little Baby Delirium. You're missing 50 drills. Let me know what you're missing, Desiree. I might have spares that I can send you. Plant Delivery by Yume. That's a big one, Quinn. Still working on Brave Soldier, says Shannon. Yeah, if you let me know, because either A, I have the kit, or there's also, I've got lots of spares. So just shoot me a message in Discord and let me know what color you're missing, and I can take a look. Or shoot me a message here. I can take a look right now, actually. And I'm sure I have like their actual brand of spares too, so it wouldn't be like a dye lot issue, I don't think, because I use a lot of their same manufacturer. I have a lot of pieces from that same manufacturer and other companies, so I'm sure I've got spares. You got your shipment finally yesterday. Well, oh boy, the USPS took it back to the distribution center. Oh, nuh-uh. Finished your 2 parrots DP. Hi, Yasmin, that you were doing last time. Started on a DP of a beautiful African lady. Oh, nice. Okay. Alice is making some breakfast. She lives in the land of Oz. Before you work on Woodland Panorama, that's a big one too, from over on Dreamer Design, right? Because yeah, that one's a beast. A whole lot of diamond painting, as it were. Let's see. Okay, so I did put tutorials in the title. I typically do on Tuesdays in case anybody is feeling the need to ask any questions about anything diamond painting related, or even not diamond painting related. Hell, I'll give you instructions on how to do just about anything I don't know how to do. Can't promise they'll be good instructions, but I'll give you instructions on something. They might not even relate to what you're asking about, but I'll give it a try. I can say that what I can't teach you how to do is how to affiliate with a company that uses stolen artwork, because I don't work with those. I do not believe that it is a artist's responsibility to protect their own work from theft. I think that companies should be responsible for not stealing artwork. I know the laws in China are different than ours as far as IP is concerned because I believe there's still a commission. But I don't think it's right to use or promote stolen artwork. This is why you're not going to see things on my channel from certain shops because they do tend to use stolen artwork. In fact, one in particular I saw recently had a straight up Mrs. Butter D just stolen. 180 centimeters. Oh my gosh, Alice. Hi, Marianne. Yeah, can't teach you how to do that. Okay, hold on. A non-Diamond Art Club Squares box spares. And let me see if I've got 902, you said? Hold on. I probably do. Just gotta move some stuff. Here I am in my closet again. Can't keep Naomi out of the closet. Can't keep me in it either. All right, let's see. That's box number 2. That's my Diamond Art Club squares. Okay. Got it. I got it. I'm going to put the box on my chair because it's not going to fit up on the table. 902 sounds like a pretty normal number here. Let's see. 902. 902. Yep, you're in luck. I've got, oh, you know what? This actually is from Captured by Radiance. I have plenty. I have plenty of 902 if you need it. Just, yeah, we'll get together on Discord and we'll figure it because, yeah, I've got plenty of 902 spares. Hello, Maria Mia. Hello, Wicked Kitty Princess. Yasmin, we're talking about, you said what is over 180 centimeters long? It's a diamond painting kit called Woodland Panorama, and it is from Dreamer Designs, the company. And it is it's not super tall, but it's very long, which is why it's called Panorama, but it's humongous. How do you get rid of the goo that sometimes is left behind from the putty on the canvas? I'm smudging what I can't pick up to make it less visible. So, okay, whenever I do end up getting putty on the canvas, typically I will find a good pair of tweezers, meaning a pair of tweezers actually like pinches all the way together. And if I get some on there, I will use the side, like or flat tweezers. If you have flat tweezers, use the flattest side and then pinch off what you can. And then the rest, I usually use my nail and I'll sort of like scrape it around a little bit because your canvas should still remain at least somewhat sticky. I mean, if it's a big, huge glob of it, it's going to be a little harder, but like having some putty on your canvas left over, if you get putty on your canvas, it shouldn't hurt it. Yeah, it is a beast, like humongous. It's a really beautiful piece too. That one has, from what I remember, I had seen someone working on it at one point, and it has a ton of ABs in it. The specials, the amount of, isn't that one also like 100 colors? I feel like I remember it also being a really high color kit for Dreamer anyway. And that there were lots of ABs, if I recall correctly. You have that one too? Ooh. Which tray do I have? Tonight I am using a tray from Ephemera 3D's Emerald I'll show you a copy because I have drills in it. Obviously, it'd be hard to show you. It is called, hold please. I'm going to grab a walkie and a talkie. There we go. On Maker World, this comes from Ephemera 3D on Maker World. You can see their name here. You can't actually buy these on their regular site. I wish you could because they're amazing. But these trays are called the walkie and the talkie. And the reason is, I'm sure, because, you know, they look like a walkie-talkie with the little antennas on the tops of them or bottoms, whatever. The thing that I love about these, one is that they have the washi tape hack built right in. Two, they have these sort of like handles on the side. So if you hold your tray, that's very comfortable. Another thing that I love about these is the fact that the spout is off to one side. On the one that I love a lot, that I usually use, the Deep 6 from Ephemera 3D, this one has the spout right in the middle, which is great. But what I like about this is when I'm ready to pour my diamonds in the container, all I have to do is tip it, and there's already like, it just goes straight down. Whereas when you have them in this sort, sometimes you've got to tap it back and forth because they don't necessarily love to go straight down. So you're like, kind of whatever. I do like the fact that it will automatically just go right down the side that I need it to when I need to pour them out. Love that about this one. I will be giving some of these away as prizes when I do Gods and Goddesses. So if you are planning on being a part of Gods and Goddesses and you like this tray, you may win one. So keep an ear to the ground on that. Gods and Goddesses is going to be going on June and July. And I will have a Facebook group for that one before hopefully too terribly long. Oh, it's 65 colors. Okay. Let's see. Just for fun, question for Naomi and everyone here. What was the least number of colors DP in proportion to its size? Like a big diamond, not many colors, or vice versa. Okay, so I'm trying to think. I've worked on kits that had low color counts, but they usually weren't very big. I'm trying to think. Just sort of looking through. I mean, my highest color count kit is probably always going to be my Josephine wall from the one with the diamond art. This is a 70 by 90. That's the artwork. It's a 70 by 90, but it has 200 colors, which is a wild amount of colors to try and deal with. Let's see, but like small and high color count or large and low color count. Okay, so this one, Story Time from Diamond Art Club by Amy Brown. This one was a 56 by 71 and only 34 colors. That was a pretty low color count. What else? What else? Okay, this one was a surprise, and I'll show you why. This one is called Grand Canal and Basilica Venice. It is 105 centimeters by 70 centimeters, or 41.3 by 27.6 inches, and it only had 57 colors. And when you look at this picture, this looks like it should have 1,000 colors, but it had 57, which was low in my opinion for as many colors are on this picture that you would think, holy crap. And it's huge. It is humongous. What else? Trying to think if there were any others that I was like, wow, that's crazy. Hi, Kylie. Welcome, welcome. 15 colors, Shell. Ooh, Gary says, I love that tray. How can I get one? If you get a hold of really nice guys named Gary, they can't sell them to you, but they certainly print something for you if you want to pay shipping. He could definitely do that. So, Jen, if you get a hold of Gary on the Discord, he might be able to hook you up with one. Keep in mind, she lives in Canada. And he said, I have like 7 on the desk. I have like 15 in the box. The messenger from Lovell having 15 colors. What size was the messenger? I feel like I have an Ennis that's like 15 colors, but I'm trying to remember. Hold on, I'm trying to find. Okay, so Apples by Christopher Lovell was 51 by 71 and only had 27 colors, which again is kind of wild. But it looks like it only has 27 colors, to be honest. It really does. 69.9 by 9. That is big. And see, I would feel the same way, Yasmin, like with lesser colors, like that it would be kind of boring to work on so few colors. And sometimes I feel like that can be true. It just really depends on how the colors are set up, because I think Shannon is currently working on a kit with only 4 colors. I can't remember. I can't remember how many colors she said it had, but it's not a lot. I'm looking through my book here to see if anything else jumps out at me. I didn't write how many colors that had. Shoot. I keep forgetting to write down how many colors things had. Whoopsie poopsies. Yeah, see, like Grand Canal and Basilica Venice is the same size as this diamond painting and looks like it has more colors. This one has 99 colors, or 96 colors, excuse me. And you'd think that they would have the same amount. 57 compared to that is crazy. Thought dark Sky Lotus was going to be less, but it's 49. Oh, okay. It was 4. Yes, Shannon's working on one with 4 colors. And I imagine having multiple whips for that reason would be necessary for me, because those low color kits do tend to make me a little bit crazy. I worked on in like a Gur from Invader Zim, and I think that one only had 15 colors or something, and it was pretty boring. I was pretty bored by the end of that diamond painting. I was ready to be done with it. Thankfully, it was a little teeny tiny one, so that worked out nicely. Very, very lucky on that. My ADHD does love all the colors, but I'm excited to work on Masquerade. Ooh, by Christopher Lovell with only 28 colors. That'll be pretty. That will be a pretty one. And in case you're wondering, why is my glue so spectacular on this particular kit? It's because I sprayed it with alcohol before I started the square. This one I've had to spray every square before I've worked on it. Like pre-spray it down. And I had a few drills laid down on it before I started the live stream. So that is why everything is sticking immediately, is because I already put the alcohol down on the canvas. I don't know what in the heck I'm talking about with regard to putting alcohol spray on my canvas. That will help when your glue is not sticky. It helps to reinvigorate the glue. If you need further instructions on that, let me know. And I'd be happy to show you how that works. Just finished Brainy Smurf from Diamond Art Club, and it had 7 colors. Oh my goodness. Yes, Shannon, yours is for a good cause. Where Light Meets Dark is only 19. Rainbow Radiance has 86 colors at 52 by 42. That is little. Shannon says she is a little bored. I imagine you probably are. Okay, so here's a question for the chat. And I think I've asked this before, but it's always fun to ask it again. If you could pick any one of your kits that's in your stash, even if it's, you know, non-licensed, doesn't have to be a licensed stash for you to have one to pick out. If you could pick any one of your kits from out of your stash, even if your stash is only 10, what is like in your top 5 as far as favorite canvases that you can't wait to work on? I know it's really, really hard for some people to narrow it down to even like 10. So my asking for 5 is probably really tricky, but tell me what canvas in your stash that you are really, really, really super excited to work on and really glad that you have. And for me, there's a few definitely that I'm like super, super stoked to have and really excited to work on. I have kit up Water Tiger by Margaret Morales. I'm just waiting for the specials on that one before I get started on it. I am super excited to get working on that. Like that one has been on my, I really hope that DAC releases this one like list for a long time. That is a Margaret Morales Water Tiger. What else? Satura by Margaret Morales. Song of the Moon is another one I'm really stoked to have and to be able to work on in the future. The Final Supper. Like, oh, The Last Supper? Or it's in a stained glass stuff. That's really cool. Hi, Peggy. Welcome, welcome. In my experience, 91% is full. Yeah, that's what I'm using. Ooh, Rosia. Liana, I have that one now. And yes, any Camilla de Erico. I use 91% isopropyl. Leora from Captured by Radiance, all fairy dust. Ooh, yes. But yeah, anything over 80% is nice. Because it will also will evaporate faster the higher percentage that it is. And evaporating quickly is what you really, really want it to be. I don't want to put that next to my soda so that I grab the wrong bottle. Alondra, you're Margaret Morales from Daimoon, the mystery from Daimoon. Alondra, remind me, I have a question for you. You're Muslim, but the DP you couldn't resist. Well, okay, is it based off of Da Vinci's Last Supper? Because Da Vinci is a fantastic artist, and to be honest, I don't believe he was Christian either. Just like Bernini, Bernini is one of the most famous for doing religious pieces, and Bernini, I don't believe, was Christian either. Looking forward to Talk to the Snakes from Jada Gemshop. Ooh, that pink one, she's cute. And Return of these from MDD, very nice. Okay, so Alondra, question for you. I know that you mentioned that you don't generally buy Moraleses from Diamond Art Club, right? That you'd prefer not to because you don't really care as much for the renderings. Are there any in particular for you that you're looking for from DIY Moon Shop that you're like dying to work on because you don't like the DAC render? And if so, what are they? Like a stained glass version of it. Okay. That still sounds pretty cool. Uniquely brilliant and mad props from Dreamer Designs, African Beauty, and Magic Autumn from DAC. Ooh, those are good ones. I like those. Okay, now I'm looking for this. This is what I was looking for. Sitting here staring at my colors and couldn't find my next color. Oh, and if you're wondering why I keep taking these things out of the tray, these are actually, oh, wrong tweezers. These are actually fabric softener sheets that I have cut into little squares. If you have a lot of static issues and you use cut up fabric softener sheets or even fabric softener beads, people use fabric softener beads as well in with your drills, it will keep the static down. These are awesome. So if you keep seeing me pick out little white squares, that's what I'm picking out is my fabric softener squares that I have in the little containers. Dinner ran late, but you made it. Excellent. Hello, Shelby. Hi, Kylie. Onahime and Love Tessie. 2 more Moraleses. Yes, yes. Quinn, welcome, welcome. Hades and Persephone. Yes, by Morales. The Witch Who Stole the Night by Ennis. Okay. Yumiko by Morales. That's a one too. A Wistful Longing from Queen's Atelier. Libra by Joe Wall from the one with the diamond art. Gorgeous pieces. We share very similar interests. Not looking for anything specific, but if Daimoon made a Yume version, I don't feel like I remember them ever making Yume. Yume is the one with the bunny mask, right? And then Yumeko is the one with the cherry blossoms. Or do I have that backwards? I can never keep those two straight. Hold on, let me look at my stack over here. Oh, right. Okay. Yes, Yume is the one with the bunny mask. I don't think Daimoon ever did that one. I was just wondering because I know Lori's had a bunch of Moraleses that, she sold at her auction or whatever from DIY Moon Shop. And then Diamond Art Club, like very shortly thereafter, had ended up making them for DAC. And so I wondered if there were ones from the auction or whatever that you were like, damn, I wish I would have got that one because I don't like the DAC version. So was just curious. Because they just recently dropped Lunar Goddess, which I'm just waiting for them to ship her when that one gets there, I guess. And I loved the render on her. She turned out beautiful. She has the mask. I know Oh, okay. DIY has one? DIY, but not sure about. Well, if there's another place that has a version of that isn't Diamond Art Club or DIY Moon Shop, then it's technically stolen. I mean, granted, I can't stop people from deciding to buy stolen artwork. I don't encourage it. But if you do end up getting a version that's not from Diamond Art Club or Daimoon, I just to maybe throw a little bit of money toward the artist, you know what I mean? So that they do get something for that. That's what I did when I found out that I had some stolen pieces I didn't realize were stolen. That was back in the day before I knew a whole lot about licensing. And I ended up sending Christine Karen some money on PayPal just because I didn't know any better. Oh, okay. Yeah, DAC has one for sure. You didn't like the DAC render? What, Alondra? We got to get you diamond painting, girlfriend. You've got some really, really good ones. You got some unicorns in that stash. I know I'm gonna go to my grave and never get myself a copy of Trin Persephone. That'll probably never happen. And then Lunar Moth Witch. A bit grumpy to see that I had actually been the first person to comment on a post, and then I sent the woman a message, and it turned out that like a mod or an admin claimed the Lunar Moth Witch before it actually officially got posted. So I got sniped on that. I was a little bit bummed that a mod or an admin would do that. Kind of rude. But yeah, you got some amazing like unicorns up in that stash, girlfriend. We gotta get a diamond painting pen back. You just been busy. Life's just like kicking your booty and you can't diamond paint, or just not in the mood right now. Because I get it. People get burnt out. I don't get burnt out, thankfully, but I can understand other people getting burnt out. It's a real thing that happens. No, didn't like Yume. I did think, okay, so my issue wasn't so much that her skin was purple, right? My issue with her is the fact that like her skin is purple, but then there's a part that goes to like this weird tan color. And so that I didn't love. But I'm thinking either A, I might can fix her because like the purple, she's like a dream geisha, right? Like she's supposed to be, I think, at least from what I was able to find as far as the meaning of that diamond painting thing, is that she's like kind of a dream, right? So I was okay with the purple. What I wasn't okay with was like, okay, let's do purple and then mix this weird tan as the lightest color of her skin. That threw me off. So do not love the skin rendering on that one. And usually Margaret gets like the spot on renders, you know. But yeah, that one threw me off a little bit, not gonna lie. Back in school. Okay. Yeah, I get it. Need to host a new event. You only want to DP during events. Well, I'm doing Gods and Goddesses in June and July. Join for Gods and Goddesses, you are welcome to do that. And like kind of the rule as far as Gods and Goddesses is concerned, if you can find a reason that something is related to a god or a goddess, I will accept it. You know what I mean? If it has flowers all over it and you say that this is to represent, I don't know, Persephone, fine. If it has a lightning bolt and you say, okay, this is Zeus, and I'll be like, okay, it's a stormy night with lightning. Sounds good. It's Zeus or Thor, rather. Or if you want it to, or even, I guess it could represent like Poseidon. It's a storm on a sea. If it's a landscape and you say, okay, this represents Green Man or Gaia or whatever, I don't care. You can make it fit into the theme, works for me. I'm not very picky about that part. More or less, it's like just diamond paint what makes you happy, you know? Just want everybody to pull something out, diamond paint something that you're going to have fun with. And that's really the point of it. Definitely joining for Gods and Goddesses. Ooh, okay. Summer's perfect since school is out. Okay, do you know what you're going to work on yet? Their quality seems to be a little more iffy than it once was. I can see that. I can see that in some instances for sure. I think I think that there's uh I think that there's probably some like work to be done on balance as far as that is concerned. Like figuring out maybe, okay, maybe we don't need to do 10 new releases every week. We could do 4 to 6 and do more stock or whatever, because I feel like right now it's just a mad dash to keep up with what's being ordered. And that's hard, you know, hard to get it right if you don't know the exact numbers you're going to need and all of that. And then just kind of speeding the way through. Yume and Remember Me and Lucia from Micah Jelena. Ooh, okay. Remember Me. Who's the artist on Remember Me, Kylie? And then if you are in the live stream and you are interested, please hit that like button or gently smash or boop the like button. What you do with your like button in the comfort of your own home is your own business. Or if you're into hitting the dislike button and you want to dislike the live stream, you can do that too. It's all engagement, people. I guess there's hype crystals and jewels or something. You can give away rubies. I don't know. Might not even have that like enabled for you to be able to give me rubies. I don't know what that means, but if I don't have it enabled, just let me know. You don't have to give me your rubies though. It's okay. But yeah. Mia says, I hope my Aphrodite from JGS is here in time. When did you order it? Never formally participated in an event before, but would love to join. Sweet. Yeah, when did you order that? Because I can give you a kind of an idea on when it may arrive. If it was ordered long enough ago, chances are good you could. But I know that typically you're looking at like 12-week turnaround at the least with Jada Gem Shop. I won't give you my rubies, but I'll give you my family jewels. Put them in my hands. I'll take them. Give me them family jewels. Give me them balls. Oh my God. Rubies or family jewels. I'll take whatever I get. Just don't mail them to me, please. That's weird. That's some weird stuff right there. Okay, let's see here. You don't belong. Get out of here. Okay, is that it on that one? Yes. Boom. All right, let's get the 310 out of the way. Is it sad that I knew that came from Josh without looking? No. Just a little predictable. Nothing wrong with being a little predictable. So may not be here in time if 12 weeks. Okay. You ordered it in April. Yeah, that's probably not likely. But if you have another diamond painting that you want to work on, like just literally anything else that you want to work on, we'll find a way to make it fit the theme. Don't worry about it. Like legitimately pick any diamond painting that you want to work on at all, and I will help you find a way to fit the theme. It's not that hard. Work depends on body parts in the mail aren't your love language. No, generally no. I'm on brand, not predictable. Yeah, it depends on the parts. Like Gary said, I'll be like, what's in the box? Because who doesn't love a Brad Pitt in Seven reference? No one. You can have lots of fun with that. But I might be weirded out if like certain body parts got mailed over. Oh, another Michaelina. Okay. Okay. You're welcome, Mia. We'll get you figured out. Like I said, don't worry. Just any old thing that you feel like you want to work on, we will make it work. And if you hang on to, you said it was Aphrodite. Wait, which one was it? Oh, wait a second. If it's Aphrodite, let me look. Let me look what you said. Oh, okay. Did you get the hand rendered Aphrodite or the not suitable for work rendered Aphrodite? Because she might have that in stock at her house. I know with some of the hand rendered kits. What did it say? Did it say anything about oh, what does it say when she's got one that she sends out immediately? Oh, I forget what phrase she uses on the page. But she has like on hand stock of certain things. And Aphrodite, she actually might have those at her house. It was the decent one. Oh, okay, where she's wearing clothing. Yeah, she might have that on hand. Hold on. Let me go look at it on her site really quickly. And I can tell you in just a second. Oh, ready to ship is what she calls Aphrodite pixel charted. And that's the clothed one. It doesn't say ready to ship on this one. Let's see if she's got it in her ready to ship. Scrolling. Looking through the stuff is. Oh, the Nike one she has in ready to ship. Okay, let me keep scrolling just in case. Shoot. She's got a lot of hand charted things now. Holy craps, Jade. Been busy. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Shoot. Well, yeah, that one might not be there for a while. You might get lucky. She might have one on hand at her house, but I don't want to make promises for Jade and then be completely off. Because I do know that she keeps stock of hand rendered kits at her house. But that one I'm not certain. I feel like that's a good seller, so she might have some of those on hand, but hard to say. Because I feel like I've also seen that one come up on like her overstock like discount kits in the past, so not sure. We're just looking at my order. It describes pixel charted. I don't see ready to ship. Ah, boo. That's lame. If only you had gotten the naked one with the nipples. To be fair, though, I really wanted that one to be released as like a hybrid without the hand render because I took, how long did I take? Let me check my book here. Because when I worked on Aphrodite, she did not take me long at all. That one took me, where is she at? In my book here. Did I already pass her and then not notice? No, I don't think so. Nope. Okay, keep going. It was a quick one. I know that. Under a week, I believe that one took me. 8 days. And I didn't try to go fast, but that one took me 8 days from the 21st of November and then finished it on the 29th. She's only got 40 colors. She's only a 50 by 70. And then it's a lot of color blocking. Now, the thing that I noticed is that the one that she's currently selling also has more specials than the one that I worked on. So you get that. It's in the mail. Nipples are ready to ship. Yes. Got to get them ready to ship nipples. Ready to shipples. You just never know. Go get your ready to shipples today. Uh-oh. Togo's down there yelling about something. I don't know what. She got down on the floor today, and I didn't see her when I got back from my appointment. Didn't realize she was on the floor. And I started to walk past her, didn't see her on the floor, and then she's cackling while she's running after me, thinking she's really funny. I was like, that is not cute, nor is it funny, because she'll bite the crap out of me. Like, she'd take a chunk out of me. I'm like, no, we're not going to run after me and cackle. That's not cute. So I picked her up with a stick that she could perch on and put her silly ass right back on her cage. I was like, what are you doing? Running after me, cackling. She's going to get me. I know, calf. Hi, Bobby. Honestly, it's like, I'm going to need you to settle the hell right down. She's a blue Amazon parrot. And so she's about I don't know, she's the size and shape of a fat football, like American football. And she doesn't know how to fly, which is a bonus, I promise you, because holy crap, if she knew how to fly, we would all be dead. She'd have eaten all of us by this point already. But yeah, Togo, she's a beautiful bird. She's just fat. Quinn, I have to go to work at 6 a.m. Oh no. Good night, Quinn. Get good sleep. Have a good day at work. Tomorrow, enjoy. I'm sorry that tomorrow is only Wednesday, but at least it's the middle of the week. So you're halfway there. You can do it. My goodness. Okay. So another question for you guys. What is a kit that is in your stash that you are like nervous to start working on or to pick up and work on again? Maybe it's something that you had already started to work on and it sort of got shuffled to the back of your whip pile for one reason or another. So I can tell you one that was like a whip that I already had started and then it sort of shuffled its way to the back and then went on like kind of permanent deep freeze. And that was my Josephine Wall, the one that's 200 colors, just because it's really hard with regard to space and having that many colors to try and keep track of. The space that I have up here is not really conducive to trying to sort between 200 colors for one canvas. So unfortunately, for the time being, that one is on deep freeze. But one that is in my stash that I think is going to be maybe a challenge besides that. Let's see. I'm trying to think of some of my like dark colored kits maybe, or ones that are like very color blocky, because yeah, there's something to be said for kits that are very monotonous, like we talked about earlier, those lower color kits, even if they're small, I find to be really frustrating. But color blocking for me is kind of a no-go now. I didn't know that when I bought some of these kits. Like, Naomi, you really dislike that much color blocking. Why did you even buy this? Uh, and the true answer to that question is I bought it before I really knew all of what I liked with regard to diamond painting. So let's see. What's one in my stash that's like super color blocky that I'm nervous about? I have an art by Julia, but thankfully it's got enough little bits of interest in it and it's a mystery. So I think that's going to make a big difference as to like how interesting it stays because it's a mystery. What else? What else? Beauty and the Beast diamond painting. I haven't finished it yet, just put it away. Okay. Tigger says Aquarius by J Wall. And that's the Aquarius from the one with the diamond art, right? So it's another 200 color monstrosity. I don't want to say monstrosity. They turn out beautiful. They really do. But if you don't have the space to manage 200 colors, like it really is a lot. A lot, a lot. And I think I showed you guys before, like what the storage that I have looks like and what the canvas itself looks like. And it's a lot. It was a lot. One square on that thing had 160 some colors just in one 4 by 4 inch or 10 centimeter square. Like it was wild. Yeah, that one. Okay. Um, I am a little nervous about I have a couple of dreamer designs from before they switched to like the overseas collection and updated their grid. Some of their older like version 2 before this like latest upgrade. I am really nervous about the gapping on some of those older canvases uh because like I don't know, for me personally, the artwork can really only make up for the gapping on certain things. Like on a Morales, I would maybe forgive that. But on a Dreamer Designs, I don't know if I can give it the full pass, you know? So I am a little nervous about some of those. CU is a Cocoa Marshmallow, but the Shih Tzu looks just like Jake, who we lost earlier this year. Oh, okay. I forgot Cocoa Marshmallow. Cocoa Marshmallow's an AI artist, though, right? That's a dark and creepy diamond painting. That's her YouTube, right? Cosmic Garden by Becca Tyndall. Ooh, yeah. Is that the Art and Soul version or the Mystic? I know Becca has been with a lot of different places, and I feel like Cosmic Garden got a render at one or two of those places. So I'm not certain which company it's from because I feel like I don't remember if it was Art and Soul or Mystical Dream that did that particular Becca Tyndall and or Diamond Art Club. I don't recall. I like Becca Tyndall's art. I don't have any Becca Tyndall art, but I like her artwork because it reminds me of those like, do you remember those like black light marker, like highlighter marker painting, not paintings, but like coloring things? It was like it had essentially like velvet on the poster and then you would color it in with like highlighters or whatever. It very much reminds me of like black art, black light art from the 90s. That's what Becca Tyndall gives me. She gives me the 90s blacklight art vibe, which I don't dislike. I mean, I don't own any Becca Tyndall, but it is a lot of fun. Lots of fun colors too. Frank, yeah, a little Lisa Frank vibe. Hi, Jeanette. New here to live chat. Saying hi because I don't want to just lurk like a weirdo. Hey, man, you may lurk like a weirdo all that you like to, but welcome. If this is your first time in the live stream, my name is Naomi. Hi, hello. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. We're all weird here, though. Don't worry about that. So if you don't feel like chatting, you absolutely don't have to. But if you don't mind, Jeanette, and you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, you could start with telling me, like, maybe how long you've been diamond painting, what you're diamond painting right now, if you're working on something currently. And then I can ask you more questions after you answer those questions. Or you can ignore me and not answer anything. It is your prerogative. Those velvet blacklight posters from the store, yeah, they're a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Plant and flower delivery, you may art because they're freaking huge. Yeah, flower delivery obviously is a lot smaller than plant delivery. Abby, and I don't know if Abby, I haven't seen her in the chat yet, but she's probably not feeling well. She had her wisdom teeth removed, all 4 of them. Ouchie. I hope Abby feels better. But Abby worked on all of the Yumeis for that were related to Kiki. Under the Stairs, plant delivery, flower delivery. Am I missing one? I feel like I'm missing one. So yeah, flower delivery is large, but comparatively with plant delivery, that one is a monster. I have that one too. And yeah, it looked like it was a lot of confetti. It looked like there's a lot going on. It'll take a while, which is nice. I don't have any Becca Tyndall, but I feel like it's a flashback to Lisa Frank's 90s art. Yeah. Maybe just like not as many unicorns or like, panda bears or whatever. Cause yeah, that definitely was a thing. I remember I lived in Madison at the time, like in the 90s, middle 90s, like late mid 90s. I moved to where I am now, but most of the best part of the 90s, the better part of the 90s, from like 90 to 96, almost 97, I lived in Madison. And I remember, I had a black light in my room and I had those posters like everywhere. I did the coloring in with highlighters because then it really glowed under the black light. And then I turned my black light on and I had this window of my bedroom where all I had to do was like slide the window open, and then there was like this weird ledge outside my window that I could climb out onto the ledge, and then I was on like one part of the roof, and then like 4 or 5 feet up from that was like this other part of the roof where I could get up, and my roof was fairly flat there, so I could get up on my roof and like just outside of my window and sit there and look out over my little part of the city on my roof, which was only like a story up. It wasn't like I was up 4 or 5, 25 stories. But I could sit on my roof and blast my music, which was usually like Alanis Morissette or Fiona Apple or The Cure or some other, I don't know, random sad / screamy music. And I would sit out there and blast my music and just be, a teenager. That's what Becca Tyndall's art reminds me of. What is it with Americans and removing wisdom teeth? I have all four of mine and never had an issue. A lot of times it is because like of an impaction, for instance, like my bottom two wisdom teeth grew in like sideways, literally sideways, so that the top of the tooth was facing like my other teeth. Like if my other teeth are standing up like this, my bottom wisdom teeth were coming in this way, sideways. And I ran the risk then of cracking or breaking teeth. My top two, I waited until it was absolutely necessary to get my top two removed because they seemed like they were coming in okay. And then there was just not enough room. And so they were starting to like crowd out my mouth. But generally, I mean, if you don't have to get them removed, like if they're not going to affect your alignment or if they're not impacted or growing in sideways, I don't think that they necessarily force anybody to get their wisdom teeth out, but better to get them out before they're a problem. Because I'll tell you, in like being an adult and getting your wisdom teeth done, like removed, whatever, sucks so bad. You heal so much faster as a younger person, anyways. That like getting any surgery as an adult just sucks. Just sucks. And they also, so now when people get their wisdom teeth out, they generally, we were talking about this earlier, they generally don't put you under anymore. They just use local anesthetic. And maybe if you're lucky, they'll put you in like twilight sleep or whatever, where they give you Versed or, you know, diazepam or whatever, and like basically knock you out, put you in twilight sleep so that you don't remember what happened. But yeah, generally they don't put you under for that anymore. Bobby says, I still have mine. Maria says, we're soulmates for that era of music. Yeah, Alanis and Fiona were on my mixtapes. Yes, all of them. I mean, I had their tape or their like both tapes and CDs. I grew up in Seattle. Oh my God, lucky. So lucky. So you had all of the Seattle like grunge scene happening. Ugh, so jealous. My husband's with some teeth removed still gives me nightmares. Oh no. Yikes. Well, then they pull them out of your head and they're like this freaking long. You love Fiona Apple? Title is a great album. Working on Asuko by Sakura from Mystical Dream. Nice, Jeanette. Very nice. Confetti up the wazoo. Yes. Jeanette says, not new to the channel. I started diamond painting during COVID. Oh, okay. So you've been on it for a minute. I worked with two avid diamond painters at the hospital who got me into nice. And I've told most people like my diamond painting story, like how I found diamond painting. And that was when I was in inpatient rehab, where I was learning to live without opiates. And that was almost 7 years ago now, in 2019. So if you haven't already answered this question, or if you have answered this question and it's just been a while, tell me how you found diamond painting. I was, like I said, I was in inpatient, not impatient, like I'm impatient and not willing to wait, inpatient rehab. And there was a woman sitting out in like the commons area in our, like, I don't know, the area where we went to play pool or sit in color or whatever. She was sitting at a table and she's working on and I remember it very, very vividly because I wanted the exact diamond painting she had and I never found it. She was working on this eye. It was probably like a 30 by 20, an eye, and it had beautiful rainbow eyeshadow. It was a round. I remember that. Um, and I loved the colors. I don't recall it being hand rendered. I'm not really certain if it was, I don't think it was hand rendered. I think it was like a cheap, probably, Amazon at the time kit, because Temu wasn't really a thing. But she's sitting down at the table and I sit down with her and I'm asking her questions about, like, what are you doing? What is this? Like, what do you do? How do you do it? And she kind of gave me like the brief rundown on how to diamond paint, and then gave me one of her, stylus pens or whatever, and let me sit there with her and work on her diamond painting. Now, question for you guys. If a stranger came up to you where you were diamond painting, like let's say you were diamond painting in public, and that person was asking you questions, I'm sure you'd answer them, but would you let that person sit down and work on your actual diamond painting? Because I'm much of a control freak. I don't think I could do it. Bobby says, niece got her into it. Hi, Margie Van Handel. Van Handel? Not this girl. Everything is sedation dentistry. Yes. Yes. Oh, you got your tonsils removed at 32. Ouchies. 4 hours, 70% nitrous. Oof. 18 vials of local. God, that's dangerous too, because you can do damage with all that local. Only managed to get one out and had to stop to send him to a dentist who could fully, well, yeah. Yeah, no chance. But yeah, I'm too much of a control freak now. I can't imagine someone like sitting down and working on a Morales with me. No, but I would explain, and then I would go like, here, I brought an extra with me. Because I think if I was diamond painting in public, I would probably have like some cheapy extras. Well, I went online after I got home from rehab, and at the time I didn't do like any online shopping. Everything that I did, I bought in the store. And so I asked my mother-in-law, who was like very avid Amazon shopper, to find me this specific diamond painting. Oh, that was a huge mistake. One, because my mother-in-law didn't know anything about diamond paintings and what diamond paintings were and all of that. So she got me like the cheapest version of that rye that she could find. It was in square. They were resin drills, but like the trash, you guys, was beyond crazy. Like nothing fit together. The diamonds didn't even fit on the canvas correctly. The gapping slash popping drills were remarkable. I mean, and not in a good way. And I swore at that time that I wouldn't order off of Amazon like ever again for diamond painting unless I could like see it, touch it, take it out of a box or whatever. So I was buying specifically, excuse me, from like craft stores that carried them. So at the time, you could get them at Hobby Lobby, and they were, Diamond Dots or Leisure Arts brand, or some Diamond Art Club. I picked up a Diamond Art Club from Hobby Lobby, or was it Joanne? I picked it up from a craft store. Either way, I picked up a Diamond Art Club, a really little one. It was like a little, I think it was Soulmates, the mini version of Soulmates. And I worked on it. I got it done super fast. I really liked the quality a lot better. I enjoyed Diamond Dots also, but I always thought the DAC quality was better. And so I finally like broke down and went onto Diamond Art Club's website, and they were offering this like, buy one get three free or whatever, this bundle price for these 4 small diamond paintings. And it was again a copy of Soulmates, a rainbow rose, an owl sitting on like a cherry tree branch, and the Four Seasons tree. Okay. And I got all four of those for like a low, low price of $15, which was basically pay shipping or whatever. And after that, and trying out their quality, I was hooked on Diamond Art Club. I was like, okay, this is a place that I feel safe buying from online instead of in store. But that was in like 2020. I don't know. It was a long time ago. All right, let's see. Get anxiety when my husband even touches my diamond painting accessories. Right? Not a participation hobby. Yeah, I agree. Jen says I would try to get them their own. Yes. We ended up at the ER after because he was hallucinating. Oof. Doc said he should have been comatose at 50% night. Yeah, you would think so. I don't think I could let a stranger. I also have control issues. Jeanette knows what I'm talking about. But I did let my granddaughter work with me a little bit, and now she's working on her own. Right. Like I don't think I could ever, if I had grandkids, I don't think I could ever tell like a grandchild no. Like I'd just pick the diamonds off later and just like make it look better if I needed to. Margie says depends on the canvas. If it was something really special, I'd have a hard time. Yeah, I agree. Like I don't think that I could see myself just like letting somebody sit down with me on a Margaret Morales and like go to town. Probably not going to happen. Not likely. Not super, super likely. But it's like, yes, as much as I want to, show people the hobby and how fun and entertaining it can be in its own weird way, I still don't like necessarily care if a person becomes a diamond painter in like, my life. I'm not looking for people near me to like get together and diamond paint with me or whatever. Like I can diamond paint by myself, no big deal, whatever, except on YouTube. And so, yeah, I'm way too much of a freaking control freak. Like, nah, that'd be way too hard. Be way too hard on a Morales. But if it was like, okay, I'm on, something that I picked up from even a Diamond Dots, I don't think I would necessarily care. When I was going to like AA or NA meetings, when I was early in my recovery, I would take diamond paintings with me to meetings because I could still sit there and listen to whoever was sharing. And I could, sit and diamond paint and remain focused because I mean, how many of us sit and listen to, podcasts or audiobooks or TV shows or whatever while we diamond paint? It's like I can sit and diamond paint and still listen to everything that's going on. It's not a problem. Um, but oftentimes I would have people stop at my table where I was sitting and just diamond painting quietly, and they'd watch what I was doing. And most of the time they wouldn't ask too many questions. They just like to sit and watch. Uh, but I've had people at meetings or whatever where they're like, oh, would I be able to try this little spot right here? And because they weren't super expensive, I was like, yeah, go ahead. No big deal. But if somebody rolled up on me with like even this one, Cottage Core Witch, I would probably like more or less give them pause for even asking me whether or not they could work on my painting. I'd be like, no, these are expensive. I'm gonna need you to just go ahead and work on this cheap one that I have for you to play around with. Depends on the canvas. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Okay, hold on a second. Let's see. Hmm. The one thing that I will say that I've learned about this hobby since, starting back in 2019, that's never like doesn't get any easier is probably the amount of like one overconsumption in the community at large, with regard to like stashes, things like that, and also the amount of waste in the hobby is really, really, really remarkable, and again, not in a good way. um Now, granted, I can't say a lot about overconsumption as far as like the diamond painting community or whatever goes, because I have a large stash, right? Like I can't point my finger at other people like me, you and your overconsumption, and then myself have like 125 to 150 in my stash. Like that doesn't even make sense, right? But that being said, I feel like there's sort of, I think, people out there who don't know when to stop, and then they end up with these really like incredibly large stashes. And some of it is because, and this is my opinion, I don't have like irrefutable evidence to back this up, but I do feel like there are a lot of us in the diamond painting community who diamond paint for our mental health, right? And because we're already kind of emotionally vulnerable, or even sometimes like addicts in recovery, and therefore have issues with like transfer addiction, I think that sometimes the state of our mental health can really determine how much we buy and with what frequency and whatnot. Like, because the act of buying something, it feels good, right? You get that dopamine hit from buying, or like when you get a hold of a new release that you know is going to sell out really quickly. Like there's a little bit of a rush in that. And so um I think that I, especially with regard to addiction and therefore transfer addiction, like I do have to be careful and a little bit more cognizant of the fact that like transfer addiction is real. And I do have mental health issues. So I've also found, at least in just asking friends or in my own experience, that um, a lot of times those of us who are kind of going through it in our real lives, we tend to buy more diamond paintings and overspend in times of like stress or personal stuff going on, that sort of thing. So, I feel like the responsibility is very obviously on the purchaser. It's not on the companies to um, tell us that we have to stop buying things because they're in the business of selling things. But I do feel like overconsumption in the community is like a problem, and you can either address it or not address it. I mean, it's it's completely uh like I said, it's up to the person making the purchases to uh kind of curb their own spending. But there's also this kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? I feel like there's like this especially in community groups like, discords or Facebook groups or what have you, where you'll get together with like-minded people of any craft. It doesn't even have to be diamond painting, and they all sort of like feed off of each other's hype on something, and then people will find themselves buying things that they don't necessarily need or want. Like, I can't tell you how many diamond paintings that I got simply because I was kind of drawn into the hype of everybody else buying something and being really excited about it. And that's why I stay out of those kinds of groups and communities, because I am a little susceptible to like that kind of excitement, you know? Oh, hey, what's up, Noel? What's good? What's good? Disease goes from, yeah, yep. It's the progression of your disease and it manifests in different ways. Yes, I agree. Noel, Diamonds in Recovery. It's absolutely true. Mia, you'll be 13 years sober. Congratulations in June. My date is July 7th. So I'm a month after you. When I first started diamond painting, I bought everything I thought was pretty. Yes. I've been much more intentional about the kits I buy because of transfer addiction. Yes, good for you. And it reminds you of, yes, absolutely. It reminds you of how fragile sobriety is in every way. Yeah, and it'll come get you at all angles too. Still new to DP, so I went through the let's try a lot of stuff, but I have since moved on to being much more selective. Yeah, and it's important too, like to know what, not just what you like for pictures, because fine, great, you like the artwork. I can't tell you how many I've purchased just because I really liked the art. Not even thinking about the fact that, like, is it a round or a square? Is it confetti or is it color blocky? Like, do I like the render? Like, I stopped to ask myself so many more questions now than I used to do, because again, that transfer addiction, man, it'll sneak up on you out of nowhere. And then you'll be out here with credit card debt, not knowing what happened. I was a little, more than a little disappointed to see that the auction that happened last Saturday uh, on Crashly's auction, someone got their hands on Mrs. Butter D's apple pie, which is an archived kit. They paid over 200 for it, which is a lot. I get it. You wanted something because you liked it or whatever. And then come to find out that person turned around and put it up for a waffle, which is the way to get around Facebook's policies around gambling by calling it a waffle and not a raffle, so that it doesn't like flag anything. And they're selling 500 tickets on that one for $5. So if they sell every slot, all 500 slots, 500 times 5, y'all, that's ridiculous. Even if they only sell 100 of those slots, they are making a lot of money. And I'm not like opposed to people making money or whatever, but like in that respect, to flip it like that, I was hoping that somebody that would get it, that wanted it and wanted to work on it. But now these people out here are going to spend their monies on these waffles because they think that they're going to get a good deal. If you only buy 3 tickets and you got a kit for $15, right? That's a great deal. It's really sad to me. Really, really sad. And there are people who probably make it their actual job to resell these kits. I've seen it. They resell the kits in these raffles or in general, de-stash places, and they're making money off of people's, essentially their illness, for feeling that compulsion to own something that they want to own. That makes me really, really sad. Really, really, really sad. And the more people that participate in those air quote waffles, the more, just like, the people who go out and spend $300 on a kit that's just out of stock, make it so that every other dummy out there goes, oh, well, this person was able to get 400 for this diamond painting, so I'm going to ask 450. And then some dummy pays for it. And then we all pay for it, Too bad when you start to get like essentially scalpers in the craft. Just sucks. Really sucks. Is also gross. Hello, Glory. Oh, Marilyn. Hello, Marilyn. Good to see ya. Stranger. Flipping for a waffle is just gross. Yep. Makes it out of reach for people who would really just love to have it to finish, not to mention the false inflation of the real. But yep. Hi, Margie again. There's always an opportunist. Yep. Just like resellers who want you to give them a break. But when you check them out, they're resellers looking to make a buck. Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I was at an auction where these, there were some unicorns, a unicorn in this community, for those who are listening and don't know, like when it's a kit that's very rare, you don't see many of them like selling out there, or you can't find it because people don't want to get rid of theirs, yada yada. You get these unicorns out there, and the people, they will, they purchased one of these unicorns. They happened to see that I had a post review of this particular unicorn on YouTube, not knowing that I was in the auction with them. And because I usually just sit and watch. I don't typically always like chat that I'm there. But they come to my post review on that particular kit to ask me what I paid for it retail. And I was like, I know exactly why they're asking me what I paid for it retail, because they're going to turn around and try and do a raffle on it or resell on it and get 4 times the amount they paid for it. Makes me a little bit sad, but what can you do? You can't stop people out there making their dollars. You do is just educate the people out there who don't necessarily know any better, that they shouldn't be encouraging these people to be emboldened to ask for these amounts of monies, because there's just people out there willing to pay those prices, or take part in illegal raffles. Like, ugh. So I try to at least let people know, like, hey, don't do that. You're only making it worse for everybody else out there, Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Came to me to ask me what I paid for it. And I was like, I mean, I answered them because they're going to get the answer somewhere anyways. But I was like, you didn't even realize that I was sitting in that same raffle with you and saw what you just paid for it. I should have told them I paid 3 times what I paid for it. Just for fun. Nah, because then they'd be out there asking for that amount. I'm like, sheesh. It's really too bad. Although I do have to say that it makes me feel a little bit better when you do buy these kits for, brand new. Let's say you're paying $70 to $80, $95, whatever you're paying new for your canvases. It is nice to know that with many, not all, but with many of the kits, that they do retain their value. That if I did have a situation where I needed or wanted to part with some, that I could get most of my money back for them, because in crafting, that is not always the case. You do not always get lucky enough to be able to make your money back. So I am happy about that much, at least, that they retain their value for the most part. Although I do find it funny when people are destashing or selling items and they are asking some astronomical amount of money simply because the kit is archived, because they don't know that like there's more to it than just it's archived making it valuable. Like it's about who might want this kit and what they'd be willing to pay for it. They don't even like realize that. They just go, oh, it's archived. So they try and charge 3 times as much because it's archived. And it's like, I like to sit and watch those people and laugh at them. Like, yep, you just keep on asking that amount, see how far it gets you. Go low so they undervalue it. Right. Right. But it is unfortunate to see people out there who want kits that like they want them because they want to work on them, not because they're looking to turn it for a quick buck elsewhere and they can't find the kit for less than $400 because some idiot out there is asking for that much for a kit, you know? Because I know I can't afford $400 for a canvas. Like, that's not in my budget. Not even one that I wanted really bad. Okay, here's a question for you guys. I see there's another mystery. How many of you are going to be gamblers and get the newest mystery kit that's dropping? I don't get them. I don't buy them. Like if there's something out of those mystery boxes that I want, I will try to find them. I just really hope that there's certain artists that they keep the hell out of those mystery boxes. But I guess we'll see. I've got a few good things I can trade with people. Fingers crossed, but oh, whoops. I totally put the wrong colored diamonds down here. Those were not supposed to be that color. I changed them for a special. For a different colored crystal because I want this to look red and not orange. Whoopsie poopsie. No mysteries for you. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've gambled one time. I got a kit that I granted it wasn't something I was dying to have. Which was when they did the Bear Brick Gia and Cupid Unstable and the like that set of mysteries. I did end up getting the Bear Brick Gia, which I was happy about. My second kit I wasn't as happy about, and I didn't get that much money for it when I destashed it because it was another one like this one coming up where everybody got the same, 2 never before seen kits or whatever, and then the extra throw in for overstock. Oh no, it wasn't. There were like 6 kits. There were like 6 combos or something, 6 box combos or whatever it was. And I was lucky to get one that I was at least happy with, but it wasn't worth the money to me for only getting one kit that I wanted, You did it once, never again? Yeah, nah. How do they determine when to archive a canvas? Is there a number of times a kit is BO'd, bought out, then archived, or is it a time from release date? That's a good question. Margie, that's a very good question. To be honest with you, there does not always seem to be a rhyme or a reason. Because sometimes they will have a kit that when it sells out, they will archive it immediately after it sells out. A good instance of this would be Mrs. Butterd's Gamer Room. That one sold out in under 5 minutes, okay, when it was new. and they never brought that back. They archived it immediately. I think some of that had to do with the fact that that artist was likely approaching the end of their 3-year contract with Diamond Art Club. And so therefore, they were like not going to go through a restock with it because technically their licensing on that piece of artwork was running at its end. So maybe they couldn't. But other things, like if it lines up correctly, if it sells out, then they're more likely to restock that than they are something that takes a week or two to sell out. But it all kind of depends. They'll say, oh, well, that kit sold out, so don't worry, we'll definitely restock it. But that is not always the case. That's why they tell you also, if you really love something, to buy it when it drops, if you're able to, versus waiting for it to restock, because you cannot be guaranteed that it will restock. Don't have anything against piercings, but you don't want to DP them. Oh, the mini dazzle piercings. Oh no. I have a whip that's a mystery kit and I'm having a lot of fun with it. Oh, nice, Jeanette. But I won't buy a mystery box because I'm afraid to spend money on something I might not like at all. Right there. Like even mysteries, like the black and white mysteries, I don't like to buy those unless I know what they are, you know? Desiree said, I gambled at my very first Diamond Art Club purchase and I got a Snow White that I don't like. Yeah. Oh, back ordered. So typically, Margie, they actually don't do pre-orders or whatever very often. They've done this a few times recently because of stuck in customs and on the ships and whatever. But generally, Diamond Art Club does not do pre-orders or like back orders or whatever, but they do pay attention to how many people have clicked the email me when back in stock button, and they kind of do base what they buy off of those numbers. So if there is something that you didn't get when it first dropped, definitely put it on your email me when back in stock, because they do use that data to make future restocking decisions. Because yeah, otherwise, like normally they don't do pre-orders. Like that's not something that they generally like to do. I just sprayed some alcohol on here, so I'm waiting for it to dry up. I'm gonna put some fresh putty into my placer here. Time for fresh putty. And the putty wasn't all that bad, but I do like fresh putty on my squares. Each new square, I like to just use fresh putty. I'm using a brand new multi-placer that's actually straight that I haven't bent the shit out of. It was time. I was having issues with the multi-placer, like just not working very well, trying to load it with putty and whatever. It was really being a pain in the ass. That's what you thought. Yeah. Yeah, they don't generally do pre-orders, so this is just a really option. Very odd situation. And now they've kind of got themselves in a little bit of a pickle because a lot of things right now are stuck in customs that they were not expecting to be stuck in customs. So like I have a kit that I'm waiting on that was listed as a pre-order or back order, whatever pre-order, that is not going to arrive at their factory until like the 20th, I think. Or that's their estimation. Could be longer, could be less. But yeah, I'm just waiting on that. And that was last week's drop. or the week before. I don't remember. Oh, no, it was the week before. Pretty certain. Because I didn't order anything this last Saturday. So yeah, it must have been the Saturday before. But I'm also like not in a humongous rush because I have plenty of things in my stash to work on. Like I don't have to worry so much about I need this to get here today, because the likelihood that I kit it up today and start working on it is, not likely. Hi, Tanis. What up, what up, what up? But if you are joining us in the chat and you have not yet shared what you are currently working on or what you're doing, if not diamond painting, please share in the chat what you are working on. Yeah, all I know is the one artist that I make sure to buy like as soon as it drops is Margaret Morales, because I do not want to run the risk that something is going to archive before I can get my hands on it. That would be pretty devastating because I collect all of her pieces from Diamond Art Club, so I would be beyond heartbroken, especially because with Margaret Morales in particular, stuff of hers that has either archived or never actually technically was sold, like Night Melody, people ask ridiculous amounts for Morales's, and I can't afford that. So I need to just pick it up when it drops and not run the risk that it's going to archive. Genovia Art, Magic Roses. Ooh, a big girl at 65 by 130. Oh my goodness. Wait, Genovia Art, Magic Roses. Genovia Art is the one that did Esmeralda? Marilyn, is that right? Esmeralda. Didn't she do Esmeralda before she went to the one with the diamond art with it? I feel like that's the same artist, unless I made it up. Tigger's working on Wisteria, working on Not So Cruella by Sheena Pike from MDD. Cool, Tanis. Okay, it is. Okay. Is that the one in a dress with green hair? Genovia? Oh, Magic Roses? Magic Roses. I'm trying to like. I thought that was the one where she had the dress was made of roses. Like big red roses. I could be totally off. I could have just made that all up in my own head. But I feel like she's got a really wide brim hat, and that her rose or her dress is like cascading roses, like even has like a train of roses. Does she have green hair? I'm gonna have to look that up now. See, because I may be picturing something totally wrong. I might have just totally made up what I just saw in my own head. I don't remember that lady having green hair. Dress of roses and green hair with rose berries. All right, now I gotta look it up. Is that from Diamond Art Club? Or is that a one with the diamond art? Oh, okay. I was halfway there. Yeah, I was halfway there. She is pretty. Those colors are really lovely too. I don't know where they put let's see, 9, 61, 62. I don't know where they put those colors. Must be in the blend. like some really crazy blend, but it's really pretty. Goddess of Spring complete, Kat. Well done. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yes, I can't wait to work on that one. I don't know when the heck I'm going to work on her, but I can't wait to work on her. So pretty. I can't wait to see your finish pictures so I can live vicariously through you. I've got a lot of chrysobugs, y'all. Like between chrysobugs and Moraleses, I really need to like start knocking out some of these chrysobugs and Moraleses, which is why it's handy that the 24-hour live is coming up because I will have Morales finished for that event as I do every year. And the number of Moraleses just keeps going up. So if I don't start working on some of them, I'm going to be buried underneath them here in no time flat. A Chrysalong month. I think the reason I never did a Chrysabug along was because somebody does a Chrysabug event, like an actual event, and I didn't want to step on any toes. I didn't want to make anybody mad. So even like a DP along, I never did because there was a Chrysabug like event. But I really, really, really love Chrysabug's pantheon of characters that she's put out. Like I just really love all of them, to be honest. I think Sisters of Fate is one that, while yes, it is a lot of the same kind of colors, I love the premise of the Sisters of Fate. It's one of my very, very, very favorite stories. So that one I cannot wait to work on. Typically, I'm more fun. Well, thank you. Aphrodite is my first Chrysabug purchase, and I have 2 Morales coming. Ooh, yes, nice, nice. So excited to have both artists in my stash. Which Morales is? Did you say which ones you have coming? And yes, you are right. Both women are they're real good to have in the stash. I feel like. I think another one that's good to have, 1 or 2 in your stash is Butter D. And that's just because like Butter D's are one of those nice diamond paintings to have on a back burner when like you've got a lot of confetti heavy pieces, or like you want and need some really bright colors. The color blocking is just really easy going. It's super like it doesn't induce headaches because the stuff that you're working on is so freaking confetti heavy that you can't handle it. I think that people should just always keep a Butter D in their arsenal for that reason. Only Morales is Ajacai, but still waiting for it to ship. Gary, that was one of my favorite finishes of all time. Working on a Cool Deals. Okay, still new to diamond painting, and this is something I bought very early on. Never again. Yeah, Cool Deals is they're another one that they steal licensed art. They really, really do. They certainly do. So I can see not wanting to buy from that company ever again. Also, I think what isn't like stolen is definitely AI. But when you're newer, you don't know those kinds of things. Like I didn't know any better when I first started diamond painting. Had no freaking idea, so I don't judge anybody. You don't learn from doing everything right, that's for sure. I mean, though some people out there think that you do. A little more judgmental. Somehow got the new Duchess of Artemis on restock. Wait, Duchess Capella restocked? Or Song of Artemis restocked? You have a void, kitty. Oh, I was very lucky to have gotten Duchess Capella when she dropped on VIP. I don't know what happened after that. Like, why she didn't seem to show back up in general, but I feel very, 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 very lucky, at least so far. I mean, granted, I haven't technically got a shipping notification yet for her, but fingers crossed, nothing goes wrong there. Oh, Song of Artemis restocked. Okay, I was like, wait, what? Peggy Collins coming. Ooh, I've got a couple of Peggy Collins. Specifically White Lotus. I have White Lotus, which I'm looking forward to working on that. And then I have one other Peggy, but my memory escapes me for which other Peggy it is off the top of my head. I'm almost positive I have two of them, though. Fairly certain. Couldn't necessarily tell you what the other one's name is. I feel very lucky because I have amazing people in my life. Yep. Only reason I will have a copy. Oh. Oh. I'm sorry, Noelle, but I'm glad that you have good peoples in your life that are willing to be helpful and loving and not crazy money grubbers, you know? Because Lord knows for people who miss Duchess Capella in VIP, like there's going to be people destashing it for ridiculous amounts once it actually finally ships out. Like, oh, I changed my mind. And as long as they keep it under, 2 times the price, I guess Dak won't be coming for them. But what time are we? Oh, it's getting to be about that time, y'all, where we head over to Discord and chit chat in Discord. If you are not part of the Discord, let me know. I will throw you a link. It doesn't cost anything to join. But if you are newer to the Discord, the Discord After Dark chat is not open to you yet. We want to get to know you a little bit, have you post in the general areas, and then after a few months, then we open the invitation to the voice chat. It's not like a paid feature or anything like that. It's just wanting to get to know people before introducing people directly into the little chat group, making sure people aren't, I don't know, like weirdo spies or drama starters or whatever. But you are still welcome to join the Discord generally and to chat with others in the general voice chat. You can do that, or just writing in the group text areas and getting to know people in there. You can definitely do that. So if you would like a link, let me know. Otherwise, later on, if you're watching this on replay, if you shoot me a message on replay and let me know that you need a link for Discord to join up where it's absolutely free, then you can do that too. I'd be happy to hang out with you in the Discord. I mean, it's generally pretty chill in there. We just talk about diamond painting stuff. That's about it. Oh, and then before I go, keep an eye out on the channel tomorrow, not just for my whip and chat, but I will be popping out a new release of minis from Diamond Design Company. So you'll want to keep an eye on the channel in the morning tomorrow for that release. They are incredibly cute, you guys. And if you like landscapes or roomscapes or very cute things inside of other things, then you definitely want to keep an eye out for the video. It'll be dropping in the morning. I don't want to give you any more hints than that. You'll just have to go and take a look at the video when it drops in the morning to see what I'm talking about. But yeah, keep an eye out for from Diamond Design Company on the channel tomorrow. And of course, the weekly whip and chat will be there at about noon tomorrow. But yeah, I'm going to get the heck out of here. Like I said, hopefully I can chat with some of you in Discord, or I'll see you again on Saturday at the next live stream if you want to come and join us for that. And as ever, you guys, I hope that wherever you are in this great, big, wide, wonderful world of ours, that you are having a beautiful morning, evening, or afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are. All right. See you next time. Bye. Toodles.